everyone, I'm Ankita Pokharel. In today's video, we're going to do a reading section for the topic Death is a Fiction. Let's begin the class now.
Death is a fiction. Did you ever see somebody who actually died and came back? No. There may be a near-death experience. Near is not good enough. Near water is not as good enough as water, isn't it? So, some people have nearly died. That is not good enough. So, you have not experienced it. You have not seen it, nor have you had a first-hand information from anybody. So, from where did you get this idea that there is something called as death? Death is a fiction created by ignorant people. Death is the creation of people who live their lives in total unawareness. There is only life, and life alone, moving from one dimension to another dimension to another. See, what you call as life right now, the process of life, you can also refer to it as death. You can say, I'm living right now, or you can say, I'm dying right now. Actually, from the day you were born, you're slowly dying. One day, the process will be complete. Right now, it is on the way. You may be thinking you're going to many places, but as far as your body is concerned, without a moment's distraction, it is going straight to the grave, nowhere else. Isn't it so? So, is death okay or not okay? Even these kinds of questions which are coming up are silly, because whether you say it is okay or not okay, anyway you will die. Every moment you're playing between life and death and life and death. Actually, it is so. This inhalation, exhalation, you inhaled life happened. You exhaled and did not inhale again. That happened, isn't it? See, every moment in yoga we say inhalation is life, exhalation is death. You exhale, and if you do not take in the next inhalation, it dislodges you from the body. So fragile, isn't it so? Something so fragile is the basis of your existence here. Death is walking with you every step. It is so close all the time. There is nothing wrong with death. It has to happen. Only because there is death, there is life. You need to understand that the moment you are born, you have a death sentence upon you. When, where, and how is the only question. You are on death row. Your death is confirmed, isn't it? We do not know whether you will get educated or not. We do not know whether you will get married or not. We do not know whether you will know joy or not. We do not know whether you will know misery or not. But we know one day you will die. That one thing is guaranteed. This whole fear of death has come simply because you have no idea what it is. You have formed ideas about everything, just about everything. But it does not matter what ideas you have formed about life. When you are confronted with a moment of death, you really do not know anything. This is one space of life which has remained uncorrupted by the human mind. Everything else we have corrupted, isn't it? Whatever was supposed to be sacred, all these things are hugely corrupted by the human mind. Human minds have corrupted love, relationships, God, divinity, everything they have corrupted and twisted out whichever way they want. Death is one thing that they are still clueless about, though a lot of people would like to talk authoritatively about it. They know they're going to go to heaven. They are dead sure about it. If they are so sure, I don't see what they are waiting for. They are doing everything not to go to heaven. Why? If you're so sure you're going to a wonderful place, a better place than this, and then you must hurry up. But because you're not sure, you talk. You're not 100% sure where you will go, what will happen to you. Just to solace yourself, just to be able to psychologically handle life, you create all these things. But essentially, the very idea of death has to come to you because people have been talking about it without knowing about it. Otherwise, if your societies did not speak about it, you would just know the way you are right now. Your present existence is not permanent. that you would know, but you would not have any other ideas about it. Even now, you do not have any idea about it. You imagine that you have. Sadhguru, and this is taken from excerpt from Life and Death in One Breath. So, if we have to break down by section the key points from the text we have just read, the first part would be death is not the opposite of life but a part of it. So the text that we have just read argues that death is inherent in life and is not separate. Next, from the day you were born, you are slowly dying. So this idea emphasizes the continuous process of life moving towards death. The other thing that the text suggests is the argument. What is the argument? The speaker poses that death is a concept created by those who are unaware or ignorant. Those people argue that no one has experienced death and returned, so that death ideas is a human's construct. Next, life as a continuum. So the text suggests that life is the only reality transitioning between different dimensions. The author suggests that life can be viewed as a process of dying from the moment of birth. The body is constantly moving towards the grave. So, life and death is intertwined. So, the text also highlights the thing where we have to take death as a certainty. We know while many aspects of life are uncertain, death is guaranteed from the moment of birth. So the text also highlights and points out the fear of death from ignorance. The fear of death is the attribute to a lack of understanding about what it is. The author here suggests that the mind has created ideas about everything else, but death remains as uncorrupted space. So if we have to go through the overall message of the text challenges the conventional understanding of death as an end. It suggests that death is an integral part of life, a continuous process, and ultimately an illusion created by the unaware ones. The text also emphasizes on the ever-present nature of death and the importance of understanding life's fragility. The speaker or the author here implies that by confronting the reality of death, one can live more fully in the present moment. So here are some questions. I'm going to give you a brief idea on how to solve it, or let's say how you write the answers to relating to the text that we have just read, and you'll have to write it in an elaborative way as your assignment. Let's first discuss question number A. According to the speaker, there is only life. How? So we know that the speaker argues that there is only one life because no one has experienced death and has written to tell about it. The speaker suggests that death is a concept created by the ignorant, and the speaker also stresses on the idea that life is a continuous process that we are always within. So this is how you can elaborate and explain your answer. Number B, according to the speaker, what is life? According to the speaker, life is a continuous flow or process. The speaker also speaks about life being the only reality and it may exist in different dimensions. The text also describes life as a process of dying from the moment of birth, and this emphasizes the fragility and ever-present nature of death within life. So these things can be mentioned in number B. Why is there nothing wrong in death? So the text doesn't actually say there is nothing wrong in death. Instead, it argues that death is inevitable and a natural part of life. The speaker frames death as a transition, not necessarily something negative or wrong as people speak about it. So these things can be mentioned here. Why do we fear death? So If we happen to go back to the text, the speaker attributes the fear of death to ignorance, suggesting that we fear death because we do not understand it, we do not have complete idea about it. The text also says that the mind has created ideas about everything else, but death remains an uncorrupted space leading to fear. So these things can be written within number D. E. Why do people have an idea of death? According to the text, people have an idea of death because they lack direct experience of it. The speaker suggests that the concept of death is a human construct, a result of our limited understanding and our tendency to create ideas about things we don't know. So these things can be written in number E. So we are all done discussing A, B, C, D and E. How did your class go today? If you have any suggestions or feedback, feel free to reach out to us at learning@dearwalk.edu.np. See you in the next class with another lesson. Thank you.